Coach JT, Evolve with JT, and every Tuesday he comes in. We talk about some different nutrition and or ways to stay healthy.
Yes.
All right, so today, worst to best cardio for fat loss. I run probably walk once a week, but do spin once or twice a week.
Good.
So
and with an instructor on spin.
On the spin, it's not right. So it's
pushing you to.
It's very. I got to go.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. But if I just sat there and did it by myself, like I was on like Mary Poppins or the.
You get very little from it.
Yeah.
That's what I call leisure cardio.
Okay.
It's just time spent. You're not really burning a lot of calories. You're just kind of hanging out. And it's very disappointing because you feel like you go to the gym, you do 45 to 60 minutes of cardio, but you don't burn very many calories.
Yeah.
You can go home, eat a tablespoon of peanut butter, and put it all back.
So
yeah,
let's not do that.
So
all right. What is
Recumbent Bike? Recumbent Bike is the one that actually is almost like a chair. So you have a seat, and then you have a seat back, and you're in a seated position, you're pedaling forward.
Okay, yeah.
You burn very little calories. There's no movement. There's no weight bearing. There's no resistance to speak of. So that's the worst on my list.
All right.
Second behind that is an upright bike. Now, you just said you did spin, but that's you're standing a lot while you're doing that. You've got an instructor that's pushing you through it. It's a lot different than just sitting on an upright bike and checking Instagram while you pedal.
Okay,
right?
Got it.
Yeah. Flat treadmill, although walking is really good, we walk a lot. And we're used to that.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't provide a lot of resistance unless you're moving at a really good pace.
Okay.
Then you got the elliptical. A lot of people have seen the elliptical, upper and lower body.
Yeah.
You can do the elliptical by just your feet.
Yeah.
You're not burning a lot of calories that way. In fact, you're not picking your feet up. There's no impact at all, so it's a lot less calories.
Almost.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you can do the elliptical with your arms, and now you're getting a lot more involvement, and so that moves it up the list and gets closer to what I would consider to be good cardio if you put it on a relatively hard level.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then as we move on down the list, my favorites, step mill and incline treadmill. Anybody that's worked with me for any amount of time knows that I tell everybody to do that because it's forced cardio, right? Any of the others, if you get tired or you're not paying close attention, you just slow down inadvertently.
Right.
These you can't.
You can't do it.
If you put it on 5, you're going at 5. If you put it on 7, you're going at 7. So this kind of forces you to stay in that fat burning zone, which we're going to talk about in just a second. And then we've got running outside, which is great, but the only issue with running outside is you got to be in really good shape to go run for 45 minutes or run for 60 minutes. If not, it's a walk, run, and then you have a variable in heart rate, and you have a hard time keeping up in that heart rate zone, the fat burning zone, which is where you really want to be. Right? And then these are really good. Rowing, assault bike, skiers. Some of these, they're just very, very intense, and those are really good for HIIT training, but not for sustained fat burning cardio. You're not going to do one of those for 45 to 60 minutes unless you're in incredible shape.
Right, yeah.
So those are kind of ixed off there. Yep, they're very good. And then I want to talk about how to find your target heart rate. Okay. So your target heart rate, where you really want to work in order to burn the most amount of fat, is take 220, subtract your age, and that's going to give you your max. You don't want to work at your max or you're burning muscle. Okay. Right? So then take 65 to 70% of your max, and that's going to put you in the fat burning zone. It may not feel super intense for a lot of people, but working in that fat burning zone for an extended period of time is where you're going to burn the most amount of body fat, and that's really where you want to stay. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, it was my wife figured mine out. I think it was around 135, 140,
Sounds
something
about
like that.
right. And so if you did the treadmill or you're doing the bike or you're doing anything that you can keep it there for an amount of time, then you're fine. But again, if you're doing the upright bike or the recumbent bike or something, unless you're monitoring it constantly, it's easy to slow down. Right. If you get on the treadmill and you put it at a 15-degree incline, which is what I tell everybody to do, and walk at a 3 to 3.5 miles per hour, then it kind of forces you to stay in that heart rate zone a lot easier, and then you just, out of sight, out of mind, you just stay on there and do your cardio. Yeah,
it's real easy to do on the when doing spin class too, because I can pay attention and see where I'm at just by looking at the watch and go, okay, I'm in my zone. I'm not.
That's right. And a lot of times you have an instructor that's pushing you, and she knows about where you guys are at. And she's telling you to stand and to sprint and to slow down.
And I don't wanna.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep. Spin's great. It's a good class, especially if you have a really good instructor.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, definitely. All right, awesome. Great information. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much.
Burn some fat, lose some weight, stay healthy. It's the best way to avoid the COVID and all the other stuff.
Agreed.
That's
100%.
out there. Yep. All right. Thanks, JT.
See you guys.
We'll have this on our website, mypanel.com, and a link to JT's Coach Evolve with JT.
That's it.
All right. I got it right. All right, Kelsey.